Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, which is based on English listening and speaking, the podcast where we help you speak English confidently and fluently without worrying about making mistakes. I'm Mark.
And I'm Sarah. We're so excited you've joined us today. Whether you're relaxing at home, walking the dog, or on your lunch break, this podcast is for you.
That's right. Today we're diving into a topic that I know many of you struggle with: how to stop overthinking and just speak English. Because let's face it, the more we think, the less we speak, right?
Yes, it's so easy to get stuck in our heads when learning a language. We start overanalyzing every word and sentence. Is this correct? Will they understand me? And then before we know it, we freeze. We end up saying nothing at all.
It's that classic fear of making mistakes. But here's the truth. No one speaks perfectly all the time, not even native speakers. So why should we expect perfection from ourselves?
Exactly. And fun fact, did you know that even native speakers mess up their words, forget phrases, or mix up grammar sometimes? It happens. The key to learning a language is communication, not perfection.
That's a great point, Sarah. And, I think a lot of people struggle with speaking because they feel they need to know everything before they start. But you don't need to know everything right away. Fluency comes from practice, not from studying every single rule first.
Yes, and that's exactly why today's episode is all about taking the pressure off. We want to encourage you to stop thinking and start speaking. If you wait until you feel like you know enough, you'll be waiting forever. Just start now and get better as you go.
Let's break it down. What happens when we overthink? First, it makes us focus too much on individual words, and we forget about the bigger picture, communication. But if you focus on speaking and getting your message across, you'll be way more fluent.
Right, and I think another big issue is the fear of being judged. I've had many students tell me they're afraid people will laugh at them if they make a mistake. But honestly, the people around you want to understand you. They want to help you, and most of the time, they won't even notice small mistakes.
I love that point. The fear of judgment can be really paralyzing. But the truth is, everyone who speaks a second language has been through it. The more you speak, the less you worry about how you sound, and the more confidence you gain.
And here's a tip for all of you. When you're speaking, try not to focus so much on your accent or grammar. Instead, focus on your message. Let your ideas flow freely. If you make a mistake, don't stop. Correct yourself, but keep going. People care more about what you're saying than how you're saying it.
Yes. And a little trick I like is to use simple words and sentences. You don't have to use big, complicated words to sound good. The simpler, the better. Use words you're comfortable with and practice saying them naturally.
That's a great tip. And you can also start small. If you're feeling nervous about speaking with others, practice by yourself first. You can talk to yourself, your pet, or even your plants. Laughs. Just start speaking out loud. Try narrating your day or saying something you would normally think in your head. The more you say it out loud, the more comfortable you'll feel.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, one of the best ways to practice speaking is by imitating conversations you hear around you. Find English podcasts, TV shows, movies, or YouTube videos. Pause the video, repeat what they said, and try to match their pronunciation, tone, and rhythm. This is a fantastic way to practice.
And when you hear new words or phrases, don't just listen. Speak them too. Write them down and use them in your own conversations. The key is to repeat. Repeat, repeat, and guess what? You'll find that over time, you don't need to think about the words anymore. They'll just come to you naturally.
That's the beauty of practice. You won't have to think about the word bread when you're at the store anymore. It will just come out. The same thing applies to more complex sentences, too. The more you speak, the more automatic it becomes.
And I love how you mentioned the word automatic, Mark. That's the goal. Fluency means speaking without constantly thinking. It's not about memorizing everything. It's about feeling comfortable with the language. So, don't worry if you make mistakes or can't think of the perfect word. Just keep speaking and you'll improve.
You're so right, Sarah. And let's not forget about speaking with others. The more you interact with people, the faster you'll learn. Find a language partner, whether it's a friend, a family member, or even someone online. The practice is key. Try using apps like HelloTalk or Tandem to connect with other learners or native speakers.
Exactly. And don't feel like you need long, complicated conversations right away. Start with short chats. Ask questions. Share simple thoughts. And before you know it, those short chats will turn into longer ones.
And one more thing I want to add. Listen to yourself. Record your voice every now and then, and listen to how you speak. You'll catch things you didn't notice before, and it'll help you track your progress over time.
Exactly. So, we want you to challenge yourself this week. Find an opportunity to speak English every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Talk to a friend, record yourself, or just speak out loud when you're alone.
So, today's takeaway is this. Stop thinking so much and just speak. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. What matters is that you're communicating, you're practicing, and you're getting better every day.
Love that idea. And honestly, the more you listen to your own voice, the more familiar it'll feel to speak out loud, and the less you'll be afraid of making mistakes.
And if you feel nervous? Good. That's just your brain stretching. Embrace the nerves and keep speaking. You're on your way to fluency, one conversation at a time.
We believe in you. Keep going, and remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to speak. So, stop thinking and start speaking. You've got this.
Thanks so much for joining us today. We hope you feel a little bit more confident to speak English without overthinking. We'll be back next time with more tips to help you on your journey to fluency.
Take care, everyone. Don't forget, speak confidently, make mistakes, and have fun with it. We'll talk to you soon.